Hello everyone. I am audible, right? Sharad, am I audible? Can someone confirm, please?
Yes, Jenny, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so hello everyone. Good morning, good evening to all of you, all the masters from around the world. I am Jenny and I'm joining from Madurai. So let's start with this session, our session 2 of Bhairav Tantra. This session is from Shambala Solutions and it is co-presented by IFSS, International Federation of Spiritual Scientists, right? So as usual, let's move on towards our meditation part by Sharad. So I hope everyone is in their comfortable postures and in their comfortable positions. I'll give it to Sharad. Sorry.
Hey, hi everyone. Are you able to hear us?
Yes, Sharad.
Okay. So first things first, we need to take out your specs. So meditation is the first step. We need to find a quiet place. You're already in. Take 10 seconds time to find the right postures to sit. Any posture which is comfortable to you. Sit. If you want to really make your room darker, switch off lights, you can do it at this point in time. Whatever you want to make arrangements so that mind will not slip away. Once you have assumed comfortable posture, don't close your eyes yet. In meditation, we have to turn the senses inwards. So for that, you should know that senses are working properly or not. So that's why carefully observe, scan your surroundings. There can be different background sounds. Are you able to hear? Very good. Your senses are working fine. Unless you know the senses are working fine, you cannot turn that in. So background noises are good. Relax. Now observe your body from toe to head. All your remaining senses, are they working? A itch there, a pain in the knees, a gentle touch of the air in the room. Are you able to feel it? Good. But relax. There is nothing else to do now. So, masters, we know we have concentrated the mind to this point so that we are aware of our surroundings, we're aware of our body. Now, slowly close your eyes. Slowly relax. Close your eyes. Mind will find its way to slip out from concentration. We need to stop it, but feel relaxed. Mind will try to run away to the past, to the future. We need to stop it. No expectations, no results, nothing. Just relax. Now you will observe breath. Now let's train the mind with 3 deep breaths. To the count of 1 to 5. Inhalation. Hold to the count of 1 to 5. Exhalation to the count of 5. Let's do it for 3 times so that we know we are breathing. Now, masters, at the time of exhalation, be there. Inhalation will start on its own. You don't take it, it will start on its own. So, from that point onwards, be with your breath. Relax. No tightening of the muscles. No thinking that you are breathing. Just let the breathing happen. There will be a light background music which will be your companion. It will be there in the background. Relax. Don't let the mind slip away. Fix your gaze in between the eyebrows. Look in between the eyebrows. Do not think, do not form any image. Relax. Mind is the source of all activity. Fix it to observe your breath. Fix the mind to look in between the eyebrows. Don't let the mind slip away. Mind is the source of activity. More the activity, more the mind is active. Less the activity, less there will be mind. Do not interpret, do not analyze, don't chant mantra. Just be with your breath. Each observation of your breath will take you deep into no mind state, meditation. In the meditative state, everything dissolves. Your problems, your worries, happiness, sorrow. In no mind state, meditation, there is a possibility of healing. There is a possibility to gain knowledge. Relax. No egos. Complete surrender to breath. The breath comes in, breath stays with you, breath goes out on its own. Relax and be with it. Let's limit the movement of your mind to the movement of breath, inhalation and exhalation. Relax. Observe your breath where you are. Don't indulge. Relax. Last 5 minutes in this state. Last 3 minutes. Two more minutes. One minute. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's be in this here and now. Slowly open your eyes. Excellent. It will be wonderful if we can do this group meditation every day. Start our day like this. So all of you masters, did you feel centered? Centered vertically? Okay, so let's talk about what is this being centered and what is being centered and what is not at the center when you are not meditating. That is your mind. The mind is either going in the past or it is going to the future. Remember, I did not say like this. There is no horizontal movement. So either you go into the past or go forward into the future. Either you are thinking in the past or forward into your activity, what you do day to day. You're not at the center. Your mind is not centered. So today, that is the subject. How and why we have to center it. Can we do all activities being at that center? Is it really possible to do that? Yes, it is possible. So when you are at the center, your activity is pure. There is no expectations there. So what is at the center? First, it will be mind. Mind will be centered. And where it will be centered? There are various points on the body. And once it is completely centered, then mind dissolves at that center. And there you are. Neither in the past nor in the future, but in the present moment. So to reach that center, we use breath. There are other ways to do it. So as I said, it is vertical. So you move in and out. and you keep your mind in that moment of breath, then that breath will slowly take to your natural center and then leave you there. And that is the center from where everybody should be working, talking, going about your day to day stuff. At that center, you are healed. At that center, you gain knowledge. At that center, you lose knowledge also. You become empty. So, but we need to use this body, mind, and breath to reach that center. There are three most important centers on the body through which your breath moves when you are consciously meditating. In your waking state, you don't. A ordinary human being doesn't notice. The breath will touch your navel, that is the navel center or Manipura chakra. In Japanese, it is called as hara. Because you have been living on this earth to the age you are, you developed your heart centers, isn't it? You have relatives, you have friends, you have job, you have son, you have daughter, you have husband, wife. So from your Manipura chakra when you're born, now you have heart chakra. It was not there at the time you are born, and it is continuously evolving, and it will continue to evolve. Then you have to apply logic. Then the Agya chakra also developed. That was not there before. So your breath is moving from Agya chakra to heart chakra to navel. Your center can be anything now. There are three centers. Either Agya chakra, heart chakra, or the Manipura chakra, or a hara. But you cannot reach the center with which you are born, where there is so much natural to observe without going through the centers which you developed up to this point. So, masters, we have to take the help of the breath to travel through that centers and reach your Manipura Hara. Without that, you cannot reach. That's why this practice. So you have to breathe in, breathe out, and once you are at the Manipura chakra, when all activity ceases, when there is nothing to do, when there is no thought almost, you are centered. And from there, you can do anything, start doing anything. So I will stop here. This is the subject today. So Jenny will walk us through various techniques through which we can achieve the centeredness. Over to you, Jenny.
Yes, Sharad. Thank you for a great meditation. I'll share the presentation. It is visible, right?
Yep.
Awesome. So let's move on. We'll start with where we left last time. So we left at we can see, we can feel, and we can know everything except ourselves. So we do not know who we are. Why? Because we are in, as Sharat said, that we are in either past or the future. And this momentum is, this movement is what mind is. Mind's nature is movement. Mind is movement. So to be at the center, we have to seize this movement, stop this movement. So in any situation, when it suddenly happens that the mind ceases, you will be at your center, at the navel center. For example, let's take of Buddha. A Buddha eats, but he never thinks of eating. He's always in the present. Buddha is as ordinary as an normal human being. He eats, he sleeps, he feels cold, he feels hot, everything. But whatever he feels or whatever he does is in the present. How we do is, how we eat is, we'll eat, but our mind will be somewhere else. So that creates a tension, because tension means what? Tension means that we want to become something which we are not. So this creates tension. So let's move on to the techniques and how to remain in the being and how not to move into becoming. So these techniques are to put you at ease. When we are at ease, we'll drop suddenly at the center. So the first technique of uh, putting ourselves at ease is become the caresses. While being cursed, sweet princess enter the cursing as everlasting life. Sharat, will you explain, or I shall move on?
Yeah, so what does this mean is, as an ordinary human being, you will register anything when you think about it. When you eat, you will have to first think that you're eating in your mind. When you're washing your face, it is automatic. We are so programmed that first it should be in your mind that you are washing your face. Likewise, every activity what you do, it will be first in your mind. But meditation is all about no mind, no activity. Activity is only in the mind. So, what this point means, the only thing which you can shift consciously is your consciousness. So, when you are breathing in meditation, I am substituting breathing in the place of caress. While you're breathing, don't think you're breathing. Be the breathing. How you will be the breathing? You will start with observing the breath, which is happening on its own. You will become the breathing as you keep on observing the breath. The mind will dissolve. Your consciousness has shifted from wherever it was to the breath. That is where the meditation starts. Very simplest, and that's what it means. Don't think you are doing, be what you are doing. Start with observing, then the mind will dissolve when you are observing intently. It is also called as concentration. And what happens is consciousness has shifted to what is being done, and that is what this means. How wonderful it is. Moment you think you are breathing, you are not meditating. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah. Then the next technique is close your senses, become stone like. Stop the doors of the senses when feeling the creeping of an end, then.
Oh, this is so wonderful. People who are, as I said, these Tantra techniques are for various kinds of minds. So I'm not saying human beings, let's call it as minds. The first one is very simple, where the only help you're taking is your breath. Here, your senses. How many senses we have? Five senses. Touch. So if you remember, when we start our meditation, I say observe your surroundings. Feel your body. How will you know your senses are working? Unless you know the senses are working, you cannot put off those senses. Not possible. If someone says, please put off the lights in the room when lights are not switched on, it is not absurd. So 11th statement here is, so many things happens to you on your body. So many things are happening in the surroundings. You are perceiving them through the senses. It is a blessing that you are perceiving. When you can perceive, then you can also not perceive. Perceiving is an activity of the mind. Whatever senses doing, perceiving is an activity of mind. So you start there. So if there is a pain, you will be aware that there is a pain. There are many people who are not aware there are pains on their body, various parts. That is even more worse. No awareness. The first thing what happens when you close your eyes, all of a sudden you will feel pain. Why? Because your mind's activity is ceasing and it is going to those places where there has been something happening there. Pain here, itch here, something, right? You take the help of that particular happening and you will switch off there. How will you switch off? No, that's what it meant. Ant is creeping. Let it creep. Don't worry. You know that it is creeping. You have already chosen your object, breath. Come back to breath. Again, it will go to creeping of an ant. Let go. Come back to your breath. See how wonderfully you are taking the help. When you are not going out, where will you come back? So it will help you to get centered. That's what it meant. So whatever is happening on the body, whatever is happening in the surroundings which are passing through five senses is very good for meditation. Now you know why it is important. Go in between the market, lot of noise, sit there. That is the place where you will have nice meditation. 100%. So that's what this 11th statement means. Take the help of the senses to shut itself. Hope you understood. Thank you.
Yes. And this techniques are like and ends with something which cannot be explained. So it always ends like then. Because after this, then what you experience will be your knowledge, will be your wisdom. This cannot be explained in any words, right, Sharad?
Absolutely. So we all know in this world, we think that when mind stops, everything stops. That's what happens during your sleep. Your mind stop. But mind you, again I'm using mind you, right? Mind you, you're not 99% activity less in your sleep also. So a human being is already understood the idea when mind is not acting or doing anything, that means he is dead. Nothing is happening, right? So, in order to understand what will happen, the mind, when mind will stop, you have to do that meditation. When mind will stop, then now you understood. Now I can color it. The mind will stop, then something will happen. You're bringing in the mind. When mind will go to one thought, I will get $10,000 in my bank. Mind. Oh, when mind has no thoughts, I will feel relaxed. Mind has come in. So that's the reason why this particular statement starts at then. If at all, if it says stop the doors of the senses when feeling the creeping of an ant, then you will be in meditation. Satyanash, you know, damn it, gone. That's why then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's move on to the next technique, which is let yourself become weightless. When on a bed or a seat, let yourself become weightless beyond mind.
okay. What does this mean? Let yourself become
Weightless.
weightless. When on a bed or a seat, let yourself become weightless beyond mind. So this is in a tantric terms very difficult to understand, and it only be understood through practice. So I will give you a very um, known example. We might have read in books. So when you are deep in meditation, you actually levitate. That means you will raise from the ground. Why you raise from the ground? Because you become weightless. So what is happening? When you are thinking continuously, whether to earn money, whether to seek a pleasure, you are feeling yourself continuously. There are two types of feeling happening here. One is material feeling, another is your mind is also getting occupied. That's why you are rooted to the ground. You are you have become very, you have lot of weight in you, right? So you cannot actually feel that lightness. When you're in your deep meditation, you submit yourself, you will let go everything completely. I will bet. If someone comes and says, please give me your entire bank balance with a check when you are in deep meditation, just for referential, you will sign it and let go. That is the nature of that state. So you will become lightless. You will become completely weightless. You will lose weight automatically. When you are centered, that is when you will be suspended. And this has to be experienced. There are many masters who have done it. So when you sleep, it's very important to understand. When you sleep, your mind almost becomes zero. That is when you leave your body on the bed and you move out. Right? This is because you are not you are shifting the consciousness to whichever thing it is which is going away unconsciously. But what happens in the meditation is when you are at the center, you are fuse your body, mind, and that thing, whatever it is, then what happens? You start losing your weight. And that is when you ascend. We call it as ascension. You ascend, and based on your mind state, you will go to that place along with your body. But let's not understand this. This means what? You should be able to center yourself in such a way that when you are sitting, you are not bothered about your body. That's why you are asked to sit straight. The gravitation power needs to be neutralized. Otherwise, it will pull you down. So that's why in many traditions, when you are meditating, you are asked to straight so that you are so vertical that the pull of your body, your mass is not neutralizing it. But as you meditate, you become even more centered. So you will give little bit of body to the gravitation. That's why you will raise. This is a logic, science. So you are centered everywhere when you meditate. Finally come to a point that is when you feel that lightness. And as you practice, close your doors, right? If anybody sees you, you are going above the ground, they will stop meditating. I'm just joking, right? So what happens is when it is perfectly centered, you will give up only that amount of body to the gravitation so that it is negligent, then you rise up, right? And it is how your astral body comes out of your body when you're centered. Let's not go there. That is what it is all about. When on your bed or a seat, become weightless, just let go everything. Start with your thought. Relax your body. Relax is letting go. Then feel the weakness. Then be centered. That's what it means. Very simple. People who are very lazy can do this. This is
Yes,
for them. Yeah.
correct. So, in all these things, first step is always to accept. We have talked about it in the previous session also. Like, acceptance is the key. First step is always acceptance. So, for example, you may be getting angry many times, but accepting that you're angry is very difficult. Why? When you are angry, that you have to accept that you are anger. And we have a notion that you should not be angry, anger is bad. right? So you have to accept the fact that yes, I am bad. Yes, I am angry at this moment. This is acceptance. So acceptance will lead to throwing away the self image that we have created in our mind. And this will lead us to going beyond mind. What we talked about, going beyond mind, right? This is all experience. So all these techniques are trying to make us understand how to throw ourselves to our center. Why? Because we are always trying to escape from it. Now, from where do we escape? We escape from the things that we do not know, because we have fear that we do not know what will happen, what might happen. And that creates this fear. And that's why we are afraid of our anger also, to accept it totally. Because whenever you get angry, so you know that you do not know, whatever you can do anything when in anger. When you're feeling any emotions, you don't let it come to you completely, because you're afraid that what might happen. You might scream, you might roar like a lion. Anything is possible. When you are natural, anything is possible. There is no need to mean it. There is no meaning to it. So all these techniques help us to understand that we have to accept, and we have to go to a center. And why center? Because center is the root of our existence. It is the link between man and existence. We were born with the center. Nobody is without center. It is like a circle without the center. It cannot happen, right? So every man is with center, but not with the knowledge of the center. And this knowledge is what we have to gain. This knowledge will take us to who we are, to know who we are, right?
Yeah. So let's give a very quick example of acceptance. Let's take a daily life example, right? Suppose you are working in an office. You are there. There is this other person who is really good at whatever that person is doing, right? You know that you are not as good as that person. You know, I will not agree if you will say that, hey, I don't agree that I am not same as that person, as good as that person. By saying that I don't agree, actually you're agreeing, right? Then what happens? You start a fierce competition going nowhere, right? There is a possibility that you might go down completely, even become more worse than that other person, or you might go really very best than that other person. But that is not the real thing, right? So instead, practice this. Accept who you are. He knows 10 things, he or she. I know only 4 things. Accept it. I know these 4 things and see the beauty. This hankering of, hey, I need to get these 6 other things will also happen, but in a different way. You accept it. You will carry that without a guilt, without a feeling of, hey, you're healing your heart center, right? By accepting. I am this, I will represent this. That is when there is a possibility that you will do a real learning, right? That is when naturally the opportunities will come to you to fill that gap between that person and this person. The nature will give up that secret, but nobody does 100% acceptance, right? Oh, समय हो जा रहा है. I have to do this, I do that, right? So you will create either more gap, or you go to that extreme, or go this extreme which you don't want maybe. So that is what is acceptance. Accept it completely where you are.
Yeah, a
Then
very
see. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, a very beautiful example in the book also uh, about the acceptance. Like, acceptance is so hard that our mind plays tricks to us. So like we know that we have to accept as it is. Like, we are angry, we have to accept that we are the anger, not that we are getting angry, we are the anger, right? So it's very difficult to accept that. The example was like, if only a man accepts things only when the mind is content with something in the future is uh, when something in the future is taken care. Like, it will say to himself like, ki, this anger is nothing but it comes and goes. Okay, so this is momentary. I felt sorry, I will tell sorry, and I will again be I will never be angry again. This is how it shifts it to the future. The mind shifts it to the future, that it happened now, but that's okay. I was angry and I did all the things. After that, the mind will say that I got angry, now I accept it, now I will never get angry. So it's never in the present. This is how it's very a minute thing that we can't understand. Mind plays that trick. When we know, when we have something that, yes, because of this, I we can accept. Only then we can accept. Mind has some reason. Only then we can accept. Without reason, mind can't accept. So this is very difficult. This is a very thin line between this.
Absolutely.
Yep. So let's go on to one techniques for centering. Center technique number 13. Concentrate totally on one object, or imagine the five colored circles of a peacock tail to be your five senses in illimitable space. Now let their beauty melt within. Similarly, at any point in space or on a wall, until the point dissolves, then your wish for another comes true.
Yeah. So you cannot concentrate immediately. That is the first statement I want to make. There is no way unless you are a siddha or a person who have been practicing meditation for a very long time, you cannot concentrate spontaneously. There is nothing to concentrate who is always in meditation. They are there, right? So people like Swami Vivekananda, Yogananda, Brahmarishi Patriji, all these people are there. So there's nothing to concentrate. But for everyone else, there's nothing like great or less, right? It is there we are getting, right? So first you will start with guiding your mind to reach that point where it needs to concentrate. That is what we do in meditation, right? So we don't do meditation, we get into meditation. That's why I keep telling. So what you do is you close your eyes, then you will guide your mind saying that observe your breath, be at the point of inhalation, be there, fix your eyes in between the eyebrows. This all steps together is called as contemplation. Contemplation means guiding the mind from 100 different things to one particular path. You have chosen the path that can be the recipe of your practice. Kriya Yoga, Pranayama, Anapanasati. All these things are contemplation techniques. You are guiding your mind, which is scattered everywhere, to the past, to the future. You are bringing it to that particular path, which is both narrow and wide, so that your mind stays there. And when you practice to keep that mind in that particular path on a, on a longer duration, for the sake of understanding, let's put it as for the longer duration of time, then the concentration begins. The concentration, it will get concentrated to that particular point according to your state of mind. It will be there in that particular point, completely observed. So what this statement says is your senses will show all different colors. That means all different perceptions. That's why Osho takes here example of colors to make it easy. So all different colors. Ant is creeping. Here it is itching. Somebody is talking. Oh, that's nice. 3 crore rupees lottery. Everything will, come. So when you are bringing from all those things, which your senses is taking away your mind to that path, then slowly what happens is as you practice, that's why practice is important. Samay hi sadhana hai, right? Then what happens? That mind dissolves. So this is for you to experience, nobody can tell. When mind dissolves, then I will stop there. Again, don't bring the mind, right? So that is melt. So that's why people, we choose as we are associated with this parampara, breath as the medium object to concentrate. Actually, we don't start with concentrating on your breath. We go here and there, we come back, and finally we are concentrating. So that is what this is all about. Few people will look at the object outside. So when you look at the object continuously, you do this practice is not very dangerous. After some time, you will not able to look at it. It dissolves, mind dissolves there. Look at a point. That is how you are hypnotized, right? Look at that point. The mind dissolves, but when you are doing in front of a practitioner, you are giving that power to that particular practitioner to take hold of your mind, right? But in meditation, you consciously make your mind disappear so that you are in some you, whatever that is you, right, is in complete control, right? So that is what this point is telling about. Choose
Yes.
your breath. Choose your breath as an object. Practice it, mind will disappear automatically. And then we'll see.
Yes. Moving on. Next is put your awareness on your spine. Place your whole attention in the nerve, delicate as the lotus thread, in the center of your spinal column. In such, be transformed.
So if you are a Kriya Yogi, I am a Kriya Yogi. You will know this statement what it is. But one thing is common for every meditator here. To reach the breathing in the spine, mark my word, right? To reach the breathing in the spine, and you will immediately, your logical mind comes, what nonsense this person is talking. The breathing is happening into your lungs, and you also said it will go to the abdomen. And what is this breathing which is happening in spine, right? Yes, there is also breathing in the spine, which is a mind's activity after you transcend it. But in order to reach the breathing which happens, the up and down currents which happens in your spine, which is making you alive in this world, you will not sense it at all. There are no senses to sense it. It will happen only through breath. Very important. Through breath only. So when you completely observed in breath, I'm taking the point number 13 to reach 14. There are some people who are Kriya Yogis who know how to go there. Let's not go there. This is not a Kriya Yoga class. Number 13, what happens is you take the help of the breath. The breath where you will intently observe. So what I said, when you completely observed and you become breath, actually, anything you've become, you will disappear. So the breath will disappear, mind will disappear. Then where you are in the spine. Your entire consciousness is going up and down in the spine. This has to be experienced, dear masters. This cannot be explained. Then that particular moment you start sensing it. Let's use sensing just so that we all understand. The movement of the energy up and down, your awareness, the knowingness. Like how you know your breathing is happening, you will know, you will be aware after the breath ceases automatically when you're doing the technique number 13. Then what happens? You will start feeling that movement in this spine. People will call many names, don't pay attention, kundalini, something that this. Let's go there, but that keeps happening, right? And be transformed. Don't think, surrender. अरे अभी spine में कुछ हो रहा है, something is happening in my spine. Oh, very no, surrender. Let it transform. That's why these statements are stops abruptly. In such be transformed. Then, because moment I give you an idea what will happen, mind will come rushing in and starts objectifying it, visualizing, gone, right? So reach that stage, surrender completely. Let whatever may happen, I'll be here and enjoy it. Then you will enjoy sweetness, bitterness, whatever it is, but don't color it. So that is what it is. So to reach point number 14, we can take help of 13. But people who are in this Kriya techniques, wherever, right, or pranayama techniques, they know what is the line number 14 means. They use all the techniques, right? Doing all this vichitra asanas and all those things. They do it with pure, but they have to also observe the breath and reach that particular point. And once they observe, then be transformed. I will stop it there. Let's not elaborate it. That's what it is. But still, you have to start with breath.
Yes. Transform, right? Transform. Transcendence is acceptance.
Yeah.
So Tantra has said is very beautifully like we accept you as you are, but that does not mean that there is no need to change. That does not mean that now you have to stop growing. Rather, on the contrary, it means that we accept the basis of growth. Like we accept the ups and downs, the storm that will come. We accept all those things. We accept the blissfulness, everything. We accept the basis of growth. This is what acceptance is actually is. Otherwise, we get into the feeling like, okay, accept. I have to just accept it. Okay, and now I don't have to do anything. Just sit. Okay, I've accepted it. No, it does not mean that there is no need to change. It's
Yeah. Very
very
simple, like, Jenny, when you don't accept, I normally say you analyze.
uh,
ये क्या हो रहा है मेरे साथ? You get into that analysis. Analysis is the place where the meditation stops, right? So whenever you're meditating, whatever is happening, accept and move on. But what you do, moment you close your eyes, suddenly in one of my sessions, a person will come, I am seeing blue light, I am seeing red light here. I said, stop doing that. There is nothing to be explained. There is nothing to be understood from me that what is happening to you. Moment you seek that, you analyze, and you will continue when you accept it only.
mm,
Right? Suppose you start seeing something, right? Seeing in the sense something is. Then what you do? You will stop as something is happening, right? You didn't accept it as is. You started analyzing, "Ye kya ho raha hai mere sath? What could be this?" Then you will rush to some guru here and there, right? That is where this entire natak happening, drama, right? You go and you will ask, "Guruji, this is happening to me. This light is coming." If it is a genuine guru, that guru will never explain you what is happening to you. The only thing what that guru, like Patriji says, right? Go sit in meditation more. That's it.
Yes.
So you will be understanding. Suppose if that guru starts explaining, blue means that angel. Blue means you are the best person in your past life, or something really going to happen. If something of that sort is happening, first you have to doubt that guru, number one. Number two, you are Satyanash. That means what? Meditation will stop happening. So
Mind.
what that your mind will interfere. So this is when you have to accept. Okay, blue dikhne do, right, fine. How I am feeling coldness? Yes, coldness. Yes, I am feeling coldness. I am cold. I am feeling lightheadedness. Oh, I am lightheadedness. When you accept it, that is when you will go past it. Otherwise, you will analyze and fall into the same thing again. You will be angry, you will be angry again. You will never be able to understand, right? You want that, you want it again. You want that also, this also. This is what Osho tells us, Trishna. So you don't accept it and you go about seeking, which is not to be. And that is not what is. That's why acceptance here is equated to transcendence. I have it. We don't like this. I have it. What does that person has? You are not accepting it completely. Or what is that I'm having? Is this good or bad? Categorizing, number one. Oh, what is happening to me? Jenny, is it happening to you also?
Mhm.
Gone. So it is a trick. That's why Osho says this is a knack. Being in meditation is a knack. You have to cease all mental activity completely. Even seeking knowledge, what is this, should also stop. Everything is revealed on its own, and this needs to be experienced. This cannot be told. That's what it is. So anybody who is experienced is, I will tell you, anybody who is experienced, you know how he will look like? He will look in jeans pant, nice jingbang shirt with googles. But what he will do is he will dismiss that person, saying that, how can this person be enlightened? I will tell you that person is more enlightened than a person with all this kashaya vastra, whatever it is. So that is what is acceptance. Accept what you are. If you are with anger, accept it. Then only you can transcend anger. You don't know that, right? If you are in sorrow of something, accept it. Yes, it's causing. And then only you can go beyond it. Otherwise, you keep on falling into it again and again and again. So that's what it is. Transcendence is possible once you know that, yes, I am this. So then, then you transcend. I'll stop here. Thank you.
One more beautiful example it was in the book, like what is our silence and what is Buddha's silence. So our silence is just a preparation between two angers. Like see, whenever we are silent, are we really at ease? Are we really relaxed? No, we don't feel really relaxed. Why? Because it is the gap. Anger is a wastage of energy. It requires a lot of energy. So when the energy is lost, you are angry, the energy is lost. Again, to be angry, you need that energy. And that gap is what our silence is. Now, the actual meaning of silence will be called as Buddha silence. Buddha means one who knows. One who is a knower is Buddha. So Buddha's silence will be, with Buddha, it is very different being. As such, we cannot conceive, we cannot, because we haven't experienced it, we haven't realized it, so we cannot conceive it. So this energy, Buddha's energy, is completely on a different plane of existence, completely on a different level. So let's understand with an example that the mud has become a lotus, but the mud is still there. Lotus comes from the mud, but when we see the lotus, it's so beautiful, but it comes from the mud. The mud has been transformed. It has not been discarded. It has been transformed. So one more example is seed. When a plant grows and it grows very beautiful flowers, when you see the root or the seed of that flower, you won't be able to conceive that it will become a beautiful flower. For that time, that seed will be ugly. That will be very small. But when you accept it, then you let it grow. Only then you'll be able to see the flower, the beautiful flower which comes through it. Right? So let's go on to more techniques where to penetrate the inner. It's all about inner change, inner transformation, right? So it is next is close all the openings of your head, closing the 7 openings of the head with your hands. A space between your eyes becomes all inclusive.
Yeah, let's go a little faster, this 15, 16, 17, because this is all have to be doing with the body. In Anapanasati, you already do the technique number 15.
Yeah.
So there are 7 openings in your head, right? Nostrils, right? In Tantra technique, they will actually plug your ears, put, some kind of what you call a mask kind of thing to your, uh, you know,
On the eyes.
eyes, right? In the head region, whatever, openings are there, you will close, but don't close your, nose, right? So that's the reason why there you follow this meditation. Keep, your observation of breath. The breath will automatically cease. It is as good as stopping the breath, right? Stopping that or closing that. Now, don't try to close it, but some people will do that also, right? They will go to this bandha, right? Like in Mahabharata, in order to get away from all this stuff, in the last moments of Mahabharata Yuddha, Duryodhana gets into a pond, a big pond, gets in. He closes all his, because in the deep in the pond you cannot even breathe, right? But he has that practice already, right? So he closes there, right? Don't get and jump into the pond, right? What you can do is you can plug your uh, ears, you can mask or close your eyes like this, shut your mouth. In Jain they will put something like this, put like this if you want. With breath, what you do, this is the only opening you have, right? This is where you say, now I will be here. Don't close it, right? And that is enough, right? That is for this particular, and then see what happens. Make it all into everything now, because you're not able to hear, you're not able to say anything, you're not able to see anything. Then what is left is your breath, which is going in and out, and you will be there. So mind's wandering will stop and you will be here, and then see what is happening. That is what is about technique number 15. So technique number 16, absorb the senses in your heart. The first one is little logical, so many, it will appeal to all people with logic. Absorb the senses in your heart. This is for all the ladies, right? Women who think from heart, who feel everything, right? If you say your food is very, if you tell to a mother your food is really good, tasty, the mother will not think here. The mother will think here, right? This is for all those people who are centered at the heart naturally. हाँ, कुछ लोग something they देखते ही रो पड़ते हैं, right? They will cry. They are at heart centered. There are some people for no reason seeing something really happy, they will become happy. No logic. Then you only go and tell that person, पागल है क्या? उसको मिला है वो happy है. You why you are happy? And this person, I don't know, I am happy. No logic. That is heart center. This particular this particular technique is of all those people who have that big heart. They perceive everything through heart. And people with this center, they will know better, right? This will appeal to that. For these people, there are many techniques. Siddha Sahaja Hoga, the heart center meditation. I think you people hear, right? In your neighborhood. Just they go about doing it. It may suit you or doesn't suit you, don't know, right? But people who suits you, they will say it will suit everyone. Maybe, but that is the when you are actually in meditation, this happens naturally to people who are centered at the heart. They feel breathing here. Listen to my words. They will feel touch here. They will feel everything what is happening here. So when they close their eyes, then automatically everything here, you feel here. Then what happens? Your mind will be here. That is what, right? You have to going from activity to no activity. Then see what happens. I will stop there. This is for all those people. 17. Do not choose keep in middle. This is Madhya Marga, right? Don't overindulge in anything, right? Don't drink 25 cups of tea every day, or don't take tea at all. But you have a desire in, right? How irony, right? Take 4 cups of tea every day, but be very conscious, right? So this middle path is cutting away all the extras. 4-5 लोग इधर बैठे हुए हैं, मस्त बात कर रहे हैं, मैं जाके बैठूंगा and go extremes of talking about from A to Z. That is not Madhya Marga. You're minding everything, right? That doesn't, right? You need to mind only those things which matters and stick to it. And you may be wondering, इस technique में क्या है? Observe very carefully. Even sadharan se sadharan person, right? Very common person does more than what is required, right? And we call that person as simple, but ask him to write a diary or him or her, right? He will clearly find out that he is doing more than what is actually required. So that means first practice exactly what is required. खाओ, थोड़ा खाली रखो और देखो क्या होता है. Eat, leave your stomach little empty and see what happens. Think this much and stop and see what happens. So in everything what you do, follow moderation. And finally, your mind will settle down. It will not go after things which are not required. See, stopping your mind from going after more than what is required in itself is a blessing. So this is for those people who are unable to control the urge of going about again. This practice for those people which is very easy, right? What they can seek more, they can seek less also. मुझे 10 डोसा चाहिए, तो 10 में 4 डोसा ऑलरेडी है, तो 6 छोड़ सकता है. I need 10 laddus. 4 laddus are already in there. 6 laddus he can leave, right? It is possible, right? Understood the technique. Very simple. Very बहुत good meaning है. It is already available, whatever in plenty. You have to choose what is required. Is it not easy? Yet difficult. Moment you take 4 laddus, You will see like this. I will take another 2. I might need it tomorrow. 6. And afterwards you will go and again return. ये 4 मैं किसी और को क्यों छोड़ूं? I will take that 4. Excess. And then that will not stop you. You will go reach your home और 10 लड्डू उधर लगाए होंगे already. I will go and see whether it is there or not. I will pick. So it will go on. So Madhyam Marga means stop to take what is required. Maybe a little less than what is required and see how happy you will be. No more hankering. No more going about I need this, need this. Do it consciously, consciously, consciously. After some time it happens. This is for those people who are overachievers, achievers, right? Start with this. All these techniques is starting with this technique to reach your center, right? Be careful. Not this is what you have to achieve. Start with this technique to reach your center, right? That is what it is. I will stop here. I'm sorry, it is already 7:40, 40 minutes over 1 hour. So anything else, Chenny, or we'll leave it to questions?
Yeah, we'll leave it to question here.
Yeah. So excellence master. So there are various techniques to center you have seen. You can ask questions now or later. It is up to you. We will wait for 1 minute. And as I speak, right? So practice it daily, right? Whichever technique suits you, just practice it. Understanding is important. These sessions are meant to our best effort. What we are making is to make you understand those things as is, no color added, as is, right? So this particular subject is simple but very difficult to understand. Everything seems to get to our mind, but still, we are not able to. So these sessions are attempting to give that particular essence, whichever might suit you, and launch you into this journey of meditation. That is what is the intention of these sessions. So keep coming to these sessions, keep listening to us. We will learn from you. You ask questions which will be helpful for others. So with this, I will stop and wait for any questions.
Yeah. If you don't have any questions now, if you have any experiences you want to share, we are open for that as well. And you can contemplate on this techniques and wisdom what we gave today, and you can ask your questions on the other session in other session as well. I don't think there is any questions.
Excellent. That is what it should be, right? So no questions is also okay, accepted. There are questions, then also accepted. Thank you so much, masters, for attending this session. Please
Thanks.
meditate daily. We will have this session every month once. So please plan to attend. Please bring more people so that more people will listen to this, more people will spread the word of meditation. That is the main motto of all the organizations which are involved in this particular program. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sharad. Thank you so much, everyone. See you next week. Bye bye.